down those cards.
Fortune teller!
Cards mean different things at different times.
Do you know anything about tarot cards?
Oh, a crystal ball.
Gather around, children.
Listen to the mystic.
Journey.
Podcast.
I'm no mystic.
Welcome to Tarot Tangents. This is our shorter segment where we hit on higher level topics about anything and everything tarot. If you've got questions, stories, or just a good old rant you'd like to share, send it into tangents@mysticfooltarot.com for a chance to be featured. And I just want to say, send us an email about literally anything. You got a nice ghost story. Cool. Your dad was Aleister Crowley.
Sick.
Cool. You know? Like, whatever, anything and everything. We just want to be talked to.
This is actually just Ruth and I's desperate cry for friendship.
Please, help us build community.
We're trying to build a community around weird stuff.
We love weird stuff.
Please.
We don't know how to not talk about it, so we need to find people that enjoy talking about it.
That's why we have a podcast. Oh, no.
Yep. So what we chatting about today?
Yeah, well, today we're chatting a bit about learning the minor suits from a very high level.
Cool.
And maybe some tips to help others remember what they're all about. We kind of touched on the Fool's Journey, which has like plenty of books and stuff around it, but kind of wanted to go through some stuff about the minor arcana, specifically about how they're linked to an element. Each suit connects to an element and how that can help you kind of remember and connect with each of the suits as you work through it.
I just want to say before we jump in, I hate the minor arcana. The minor arcana is the worst part of tarot for me.
Oh my gosh.
It's not fun. It's hard for me to interpret. There's so many of them, and a lot of them are repetitive. You know, I'm just going to say controversial opinion.
Hot take.
We could do without like a majority of the minor arcana cards, but not for me to decide.
I mean, you could make like your own, you know, just pull like an Aleister Crowley and just make the Ruth deck instead of the AE weight deck.
Maybe I should. It's going to be like half the size.
Perfect. Yeah, just combine them.
Going to feature more dogs in the pictures.
I think we need to, I think this is going to be a great topic for one of our other shorts about how to dive into some of these cards.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's true. An episode on like linking the cards is definitely would be beneficial. I think most people struggle with that. I certainly do.
100%. And also just like the narrative of each suit when you go like 1 through king. That helped me learn it.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, and we could hit on numerology too. That was a great one. Once I learned numerology, I was like, okay, cool. I hate these a little bit less.
It's kind of easier, I guess.
But we're talking about the elements today, though, right?
Yeah, we're talking about elements. So I'm sure our listeners know that each of the minor suits is linked to an element. Wands is fire, cups is water, swords is air, coins is earth. And every time I list out the elements, I just automatically think of Captain Planet. And how?
Yay, Captain Planet!
Captain Planet! He's our hero.
He is our hero. Do you think he'd be proud of us? Probably not.
No. I don't know. As long as we're not causing waste with our podcast, maybe.
I think he'd be proud of us specifically, but angry at us as a society.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He'd be sad. But that's not what the minor arcana is supposed to make you feel.
Right.
But the minor arcana, much like Captain Planet, is about how all the elements, you need them all to live and work together for a harmonious life. So when I first started learning tarot, the idea that the minor arcana are associated with elements in the physical world helped things kind of like start to click for me. So we need a balance of all of the minors to create the life or reality that we envision, just like we literally need a balance of the 4 elements they represent in order to live, literally.
Sure.
Yeah. Or like to phrase it another way, we need the elements working together outside of us to survive, and we also need them working within us metaphorically to grow and adapt and live a full life.
Okay.
So I'll go a little more into it. So fire. All right, think of fire. This is also like a practice in associative thinking, which a lot of tarot readers use, even if it's not a phrase that they're familiar with. So we start to like think and connect all the different ideas together. So fire, IRL, in real life, it provides vitamin D from the sun. The sun is a giant fireball. It provides heat. It protects us from the cold. Heat and flames unlock delicious flavors and nutrients in foods and baked goods. So in tarot, we can see that fire is inspiration, ambition, and taking action. So the same way that fire unlocks tasty flavors in food.
Love it.
Yep, love it for doing it. Fire unlocks what I'm going to call the spice of life or the flavor of life.
Whoa, Anna, you are on some next level thinking today.
Boom! Here it comes.
What's big brain thoughts?
It's big brain thoughts. So, we all know what it's like to have to do work. We have no motivation to do or ambition to complete. That's where we need that fire. We need that energy. We need to take action. We gotta spice it up. We gotta rev up the engine. Obviously, minor arcana, fire, wands. Wands are gonna be all about that action and ambition. So next up, we've got water, IRL. What do we think of? Staying hydrated. Bodies and plants need water to function. Also, it's cleansing. We use it for hygiene. We take showers to stay healthy, prevent illness. And also, think of fun activities. Pool parties, floating the river, fishing, bonding with friends, like going on a little sailing.
Washing off the blood of your enemies after you've killed them. Use water for that.
Classic. Always do that. Ruth and I have a specific lake that we use to do that in.
We will not tell you.
We will. It's a secret lake. You can't come yet. So yeah, we've got water with like the cleansing and the pool parties. So what's water in tarot? It's emotions, relationships, creativity. Water flows, much like how we need to let our emotions ebb and flow. Water is cleansing and necessary for life to exist, just like healthy relationships help cleanse the stress of life and make it fulfilling. So we can start to see how you can connect your personal experiences with things like water to the meanings of the tarot to help you remember it and kind of get your own personal meanings out of it.
I liked it.
Next up, we got air, IRL. You literally need this to breathe.
Oh, do you?
Right. Ruth over here lives on Mars.
I do.
So we need air to breathe, regardless of what Ruth says. Wind carries seeds to be planted. It moves rain clouds across the planet. You've got the whole cycle of air becoming rain. It allows birds to soar. Think of what air is used for. You use it to sing. So air is literally needed for us to use our voices and to carry sound. And what's air in the tarot all about? We got communication and ideas. So just like air is needed to speak, we have the tarot where communication moves ideas and knowledge between people, much like the wind carries rain across the planet. Think of it kind of like that. Find your personal associations with it.
My personal association is that dolphins can't breathe underwater. They need to come up to the surface for air, thus making them not a fish.
Yes, you are correct. They are a mammal.
Yeah, who knew? Not me last week.
What?
So Earth. Earth. That's our next element,
Earth.
Anna.
I love this for us. We're going to learn so much together.
Yes.
So Earth, associated with coins. What do we got? It's soil. It's dirt. It's where plants thrive. The plants that, we need to eat and animals that we eat need to eat. We also use things like stone and clay and wood to build shelter and tools. The earth, as in our planet, is our physical home. And that kind of makes it easy to understand that coins is all about the physical. It's tangible. We can see it, touch it, taste it. It represents that material success, stability, groundedness. So tapping into what the elements mean metaphorically as well as literally and connecting the two may help you along your journey to learn the minor arcana. But Ruth, what did you use? What are some notes you've got?
One tip that I learned when I first started diving into the minor arcana was about telling time in tarot, which I know is a controversial thing for some. But it's kind of fun, to do it in a casual way and see if it,
Happens.
It's kind of fun. But I'm definitely not beholding tarot to, the times it gives me. One tip that I got was the wand's corresponding element is fire, as you said, which burns super fast. So this suit represents days. The sword's corresponding element is air, which flows quickly. So this suit represents weeks. The cup's corresponding element is water, which follows the moon. So this suit represents months. And the pentacle's corresponding element is earth, which grows slowly. So this suit represents seasons to a year. So if you're interested in telling time with tarot, there's something for you to chew on.
Dang. Now I'm scared. Now I'm going to have that little tidbit in the back of my head, and if I start getting a bunch of slow cards, I'm going to be real sad about it.
Yeah, do it. Do it and see.
Don't do it. No.
It's a fun little tidbit to know. It's a little, like, oh, this is kind of fun.
You can test it. Treat it like a little experiment. Be like, we'll see. Write it down. See if it happens.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, thanks for sharing, Anna.
Thanks, Ruth. I hope it helps some other people when in their quest to remember all of the different card meanings.
It definitely helped me, you know. Tarot is the spice of life. Fire is the spice of life, you know?
There it is.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. If you're a fan of the podcast, we need you to do this so we can find new fans. Please. Tell your friends and follow us on all socials. Our handles are Sweet Death Inc. and Mystic Fool Tarot on all platforms. See you later.